Hello friends, welcome to Code Android. Today we are going to implement the image picker in Android application. So image picker is something which you will need when you have to upload an image to a server, or whenever you need an image from the device and you need to pick that image to your Android application. So we will be using the Fishbun library to implement. So Fishbun library makes it quite easy for us to implement the image picker in Android, and it is quite a useful library too. To implement the image picker in Android, we will be adding these library in your app level build.gradle file. The first one is the Fishbun library itself, and the second one is the glide is a image viewer library. It's quite popular, so you might be familiar with this. Let's go to the permissions. What are the permissions required? So to implement the image picker, you need a read external and write external storage permission in your application, so that you can access the storage devices and choose the images from there. So for that you'll need these two permissions. And next, let's go and check how it's been implemented. So the first here is the URI array list, which I have already declared as an image list. So this will hold the list of the images which will be picked from the that library. So we can actually pick multiple images as well from using the Fishbun. The advantage is we can get multiple images or single image, whatever the number of images we require. So to demonstrate that capability, in a view I have added uh, three placeholders for the images and one pick image button. So what I'll be doing is, whenever we will click on the pick image, we will be picking in three images and will going to display over here. So we have three images here and one button to pick the image. So let's start coding. First we will be implementing an on click listener here to implement the on click functionality on a button. So let's start by implementing the on click. So here we get the on click method. We'll just change the name of the parameter as v. So we'll be using so here is the button picker, that is so here we will be picking the image from the on clicking of this button. So let's write a method which will be open our picker to pick the images from your SD card. So we'll be writing open picker method or open image picker method, and we'll implement the code for taking the calling the Fishbun library to give us the view to pick the images. So for that we'll have to you provide the context, which will be this, and then we will be setting the image adapter here, which that's why we have implemented the glide. So we'll be using glide adapter here. And now we can provide so many there are so many properties which you can use to customize your image picking library, the view of that image picking screen, or the number of images that you want to pick from that picker. So we will be giving the minimum count, that is one. Only you have to have at least one image, and then we will be having the max count, that is we are going to only need the three images to be picked, and then we will start the album. So this is the code which will open the image picker for us. And then we will need something to get the images back to her. So for that we will be using the on activity results. So let's implement that on activity result. So here is the on activity result. We'll be checking against the request code of the Fishbun, and then we will check whether we have a proper result or not. So let's check Fishbun dot Fishbun request code. One more check is there to check whether we have got the result okay. So we will be going to take the result code and check whether we have a okay result. So if it is okay, that means we have got the data. Now what we have to do is we have to uh, take the data from the this intent, so that we will be getting the list of images in the URI format. So for that we have already declared the image list. Get passable image extra. We actually we will be using array list extra get passable, and we will be providing fishburn dot intent path. Now we will set those images to the image view, that three image views we have created. So for that I have created a method, and we will be setting these images. So but first we will be checking whether image list is null or not, because it's nullable. So we will have that check that it should not be null, and if it is, then we will be having the the for loop to check how many images are there. If there is one image, then we will be setting it at the 0th position, and if there are three images, then we will be setting all the three images to all these three placeholders. So for that we will be having a for loop here. Now we will add a when clause to check at what position we are, so that we can set the 0th place images at the first placeholder. So for that I will be having the 0 check here, and we will be adding iv image1 dot set image URI to the image list. It, so this is what we are going to do for all the three. So I'll just copy paste these and change this indexing and the image list position. So let's run the application and see how it works. So I'll be starting my AVD. So as you can see, the application is started, and we have a three image placeholders and a pick image button. On clicking on this, we should be allowed to pick the images. So let's click on this button. Since we don't have the access to the external storage, we have been asked to give the runtime permission. So the runtime permission is already taken care by the library itself, so you don't have to worry for that. And once you allow, you will be asked to pick the images. So as you can see, I have 7 images that have been stored in my SD card. These are the 7 images, and we have a all view option here, and we will, since we have set the max count to 3, we have been allowed to choose between 0 to 3 images. So we can select 2 images and let's see what happens. So here we have 2 images picked from the uh, our SD card external storage, and these 2 images are being shown here. So let's again pick 3 images and see what it does. So now we are going to select 3 different images and see what happens. So these are the 3 images which replace the previous 2. In a Fishbun library, there are other options to provide the different color options to this toolbar and different views, and to pick the images from the camera. So those are all the features are there. You can see all these features and all options available here. So you can set the span count, action bar color, action bar title color. You can explore this option going on to the GitHub page of the Fishbun library. So this is our small demo project which you can use to uh, pick the images from the SD card. So hope you liked it. Thank you.